Victoria. I'm so excited to talk to you about today's topic because this is something that really goes to the heart of the friendship that we have and things that we've had to do in supporting one another. So today's topics are around 5 things we do to support each other. And I'm so glad to welcome you here for this conversation.
Yeah, I think about how Talking Harp really started with our friendship as two adult harp
Yeah.
learners and how we have supported each other. So I think today's topic is really appropriate. And I'm going to start with, for sure, and when I think about how this project really started as, two adult harp learner becoming friends with each other to support each other on the journey, I think today's topic is really relevant. And I want to start by sharing sort of how I thought you have been really great in terms of supporting my harp learning, is that you remind me and also each other in our circle of our progress. I think when you think about learning anything and an instrument no less, sometimes progress is not evident and it's not overnight. And I think when I'm in it and I get frustrated, it's good to have someone else to offer a perspective and remind me that, hey, you couldn't do this back then, but look at what you can do now in terms of, playing a piece of music or doing something technical. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, because let's be honest, learning an instrument is hard. It can be discouraging at times. And when you're so in your own space, you can just feel like it's moment to moment and that you're not getting anywhere and you're running around in circles. But having you come in and just share, hey, wait, look how far we've come. Let's just take a moment and breathe. Has just made such a big difference to me. And I love seeing your progress and the progress that you've made over time and reminding you of that. It's really special to be able to do that. But in those really low times where we just, like you say, get frustrated or just need a break, frankly, from our playing because we're just getting too much in our own headspace and struggling a little bit, sometimes having that friend who'll just come along and say, heartbreak, let's do something completely non-harp related can be the best thing for you. And you and I have done that with just sitting and journaling together, just having a chat, having a watch party, and you're also able to do that with non-hobby friends as well. Just having time to go out and do other things can be really healthy to step away from the instrument and just take a break or away from that piece and gain perspective and come back with fresh eyes can be the best thing. So having activity distraction sometimes may be the best thing that you can do for your harp friend.
I agree, and I would even argue that they're not so much of a distraction, but I think it's like when we go to bed, we all need to rest, right? At the end of the day. So I think sometimes rest is necessary. And I think having
For sure.
especially when you're having a heart friend who understand that, hey, enough of a break, let's get back to it. I think, that accountability really helps. So yeah, I agree with you. I remember, how many sort of harp journaling dates that we had just to get our mind away from the actual instrument for a little bit, and how that has been helpful in my own harp learning. So I really think that that is something that we should do on a regular basis. I agree with you. I think it's very healthy. And I think along sort of on the opposite end of that spectrum, spending time together meaningfully, especially when you are struggling with something, can also be very productive. So I think troubleshooting a hard problem with a friend can be very helpful. And I say that because even when I was taking lesson regularly and I have a teacher, sometimes maybe with the way the information was conveyed or maybe how I understood it just didn't quite land, right? And rather than having to wait for the next lesson to come about and get the answer, asking a hard friend for their opinion can really sometimes make a big difference. I remember some of the troubleshooting sessions that we had together in terms of fingering or really just sort of understanding how to interpret the music. I think those focused time together at the harp can also be very helpful.
Yeah, and we spent a lot of time troubleshooting around our goals as well. And I remember spending lots of time with you just being like, what should I be working on? How am I working on this? How do I organize my time? And all that kind of thing. I think having a friendship with someone is knowing when to push them to say, let's get in there together and I'm here with you, and when to be like, let's take a break. So both of those ends of both spectrums, like you said, so, so important in your relationship with one another and supporting each other in your journey because there will be that ebb and flow as you learn together. And we've certainly seen both sides regularly. And I really
Absolutely.
love it when you come and troubleshoot something with me and we're both like, it's obvious. Why was I struggling? I can do it now. Um, just getting a friend together can make such a massive difference. But sometimes it's just that case of just wanting someone to be there. And we both have had the joy of experiencing practice together. And that's when you just, I remember when we started this years and years ago, where we would just meet up together, stick our computers on mute, and just play together. And that would just get us to the harp and feel like you're not so alone in the practice room. I didn't need you to come and tell me what to play and go through it, but just to be there and be a friend who was like, yes, Victoria's playing, I'm practicing too. That can be sometimes all the encouragement and accountability that you need just to keep going and feel like you're not alone. And so I really have enjoyed that. And I know there's so many opportunities now online in various places to do practice togethers. That's definitely something that makes a big difference. And I would encourage people to get involved in.
Mm. I really resonated with what you said about not being alone because harp is not really a very popular instrument. Not yet, at least. So I think it's sometimes hard to find someone who can relate to our specific harp problems. So being in a community, doing these practice together, just feeling the presence of other people, even if it is virtually. And if you can do it in person, that's even better. I think it's a great way to help you stay motivated. And so along that line of staying motivated, some of the things that you have done for me that really resonated was providing a gift of inspiration. And doesn't even have to be anything expensive. It could just even be a little meme. Like I remember how many little memes that I get from you when I'm feeling stuck, and you would, send me a little funny thing to remind me of, how I need to stay positive, a little card, or sometimes, we've done concert together just to, stay connected, but, still in a very sort of relaxed way in terms of, we're not working towards something, but let's just go there and see what this person is going to offer us in terms of inspiration. I think that has opened me up in a different way when it comes to the music learning. So I think gifting a gift of inspiration can go a long, long way in our support for each other.
Yeah, I think it's a way of helping your friend connect with their why. Why were they playing the harp? What was it about the harp that they fell in love with when they chose this instrument? And having those little things that just kind of take us out of our own headspace and remind us of what we love about this instrument and what drew us to it, is such an important thing to adding that layer of support to our learning. And it means so much when you know that someone else cares and they're sharing that journey with you. It really does make a difference. And that gift, that's what it says. It says, hey, I'm here and I'm sharing it with you. And I know how meaningful this is to you. And I celebrate this and I celebrate your journey. And that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. So I hope you are going to find our 5 ways of supporting each other to be helpful for you and your heart friends in connecting as well. What are your best way in supporting your friends in their music learning journey? I would love to hear about that. Leave us a comment and let us know.
Yeah, I would like to say that the Harp community is such a wonderfully supportive community, and we are so grateful to be a part of the wider Harp community. And the more we meet harpists around the world, the more we realize how special this community is. And so, thank you so much for all the support that we get from all our listeners. You all encourage and inspire us all the time, and give your ideas in the comments, like Victoria said. And we look forward to hearing from you and continuing the conversation there.